Hello everyone, my name is Bill, and today I'm going to share the story of one of history's most infamous figures, Adolf Hitler. This is a tale of ambition, power, and destruction, but also a stark reminder of the dangers of hatred and tyranny. From his rise to power in Germany, to the horrors of World War II and the Holocaust, this story will take you through the events that shaped the 20th century and left a lasting impact on the world. So, sit back and let's dive into this gripping and sobering chapter of history. I promise, you'll want to stay until the very end. Adolf Hitler's life is a complex and dark chapter in human history, marked by his rise to power, the atrocities committed under his regime, and the catastrophic consequences of his actions. Below is a detailed account of his life, focusing on the historical facts and the impact of his leadership. Please note that this story is not meant to glorify or sensationalize his actions, but to provide a factual and educational overview. Early life and background. Adolf Hitler was born on April 20th, 1889, in Braunau am Inn, a small town in Austria-Hungary, modern-day Austria. He was the fourth of 6 children born to Alois Hitler, a customs official, and Clara Plötzl. His childhood was marked by a strained relationship with his authoritarian father, who disapproved of Adolf's artistic aspirations. Hitler's mother, on the other hand, was loving and supportive, and her death in 1907 deeply affected him. As a young man, Hitler moved to Vienna in 1907, hoping to pursue a career as an artist. He applied twice to the Vienna Academy of Fine Arts, but was rejected both times. During his years in Vienna, he lived in poverty, often sleeping in homeless shelters and earning money by selling hand-painted postcards. It was during this time that he began to develop his anti-Semitic and nationalist views, influenced by the political climate of the era and the writings of racist thinkers. World War I and early political involvement. In 1913, Hitler moved to Munich, Germany, to avoid military service in the Austro-Hungarian Empire. However, when World War I broke out in 1914, he volunteered to join the German army. He served as a dispatch runner on the Western Front and was wounded twice during the war. Hitler was awarded the Iron Cross, First Class, for bravery, an honor rarely given to someone of his rank. The defeat of Germany in 1918 and the subsequent Treaty of Versailles left Hitler embittered. Like many Germans, he believed in the stab-in-the-back myth, which claimed that Germany had been betrayed by Jews, communists, and politicians on the home front. This belief fueled his desire to enter politics and restore Germany's former glory. Rise to power. After the war, Hitler joined the German Workers' Party, DAP, a small nationalist and anti-Semitic group. His oratory skills and charisma quickly made him a prominent figure within the party, which was later renamed the National Socialist German Workers' Party, NSDAP, or Nazi Party. By 1921, Hitler had become its leader. In 1923, Hitler attempted to seize power in the Beer Hall Putsch, a failed coup in Munich. He was arrested and sentenced to 5 years in prison, but served only 9 months. During his imprisonment, he wrote Mein Kampf, My Struggle, a manifesto outlining his ideology, including his hatred of Jews, his belief in Aryan racial superiority, and his plans for German expansion. After his release, Hitler focused on rebuilding the Nazi Party. He capitalized on the economic turmoil caused by the Great Depression and the widespread dissatisfaction with the Weimar Republic. Through propaganda, mass rallies, and the use of violence by the SA, stormtroopers, the Nazis gained popularity. In January 1933, Hitler was appointed Chancellor of Germany. He quickly consolidated power, using the Reichstag fire as a pretext to suppress political opposition. The Enabling Act of 1933 gave him dictatorial authority, and he established a totalitarian regime. The Nazi regime and World War II As Führer, leader of Germany, Hitler implemented policies aimed at creating a racially pure, Aryan state. The Nuremberg Laws of 1935 stripped Jews of their citizenship and legal rights, and the regime began a systematic campaign of persecution. This culminated in the Holocaust, the genocide of 6 million Jews, along with millions of others, including Romani people, disabled individuals, political dissidents, and LGBTQ+ individuals. Hitler's aggressive foreign policy led to the outbreak of World War II in 1939. He sought to expand German territory, Lebensraum, and dominate Europe. The invasion of Poland prompted Britain and France to declare war on Germany. Initially, Hitler's military strategy was successful, with Germany conquering much of Europe, including France, by 1940. However, the tide turned after the invasion of the Soviet Union in 1941 and the entry of the United States into the war. The machinery of the Nazi regime. Hitler's regime was characterized by totalitarian control, propaganda, and terror. The Nazi Party established a police state under the leadership of Heinrich Himmler and the SS, Schutzstaffel. The Gestapo, secret police, monitored and suppressed dissent, while concentration camps were used to imprison and eliminate perceived enemies of the state. Propaganda played a central role in maintaining Hitler's grip on power. Joseph Goebbels, the Minister of Propaganda, controlled the media, arts, and education to promote Nazi ideology. Books deemed un-German were burned, and films, posters, and rallies glorified Hitler as a messianic figure. The regime also sought to indoctrinate the youth through organizations like the Hitler Youth, which trained children in Nazi ideology and prepared them for military service. Women were encouraged to embrace traditional roles as mothers and homemakers, with incentives like the Mother's Cross, awarded to those with many children. The Holocaust and Genocide. The Holocaust was the systematic, state-sponsored persecution and murder of 6 million Jews, along with millions of others, including Romani people, disabled individuals, political dissidents, and LGBTQ+ individuals. The Nazis implemented the Final Solution, a plan to exterminate the Jewish population of Europe through mass shootings, gas chambers, and forced labor camps. Concentration camps like Auschwitz, Treblinka, and Dachau became symbols of the regime's brutality. Survivors' testimonies and historical records provide harrowing accounts of the inhumane conditions and atrocities committed. The Holocaust was not only a crime against humanity, but also a stark reminder of the dangers of prejudice, discrimination, and dehumanization. It remains a central focus of Holocaust education and remembrance efforts worldwide. World War II and global impact. World War II, sparked by Hitler's aggressive expansionist policies, was the deadliest conflict in human history, resulting in an estimated 85 million deaths. The war involved most of the world's nations, divided into the Allied powers, including the United States, the Soviet Union, and the United Kingdom, and the Axis powers, Germany, Italy, and Japan. Hitler's military strategies, such as the Blitzkrieg, Lightning War, initially brought swift victories. However, his decision to invade the Soviet Union in 1941 marked a turning point. The brutal Eastern Front campaign and the Soviet counteroffensive drained German resources and manpower. The entry of the United States into the war after the attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941 further shifted the balance in favor of the Allies. By 1944, Allied forces had launched the D-Day invasion of Normandy, leading to the liberation of Western Europe. Meanwhile, the Soviet Union advanced from the east, culminating in the Battle of Berlin in 1945. The fall of the Third Reich. As Allied forces closed in on Germany, Hitler's mental and physical health deteriorated. He retreated to the Freire bunker in Berlin, where he continued to issue orders despite the hopelessness of the situation. On April 30th, 1945, Hitler committed suicide, and Germany surrendered unconditionally on May 8, 1945, marking the end of World War II, World War II in Europe. The Nuremberg trials, 1945–1946, held Nazi leaders accountable for their crimes, establishing the principles of international law and the concept of crimes against humanity. The trials also revealed the extent of the atrocities committed under Hitler's regime. Post-war reckoning and legacy. The aftermath of World War II saw the division of Germany into East and West, the beginning of the Cold War, and the establishment of the United Nations to promote global peace and cooperation. The Holocaust and the war's devastation led to a renewed commitment to human rights, as reflected in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, 1948. Hitler's legacy is one of infamy and caution. His rise to power demonstrated how economic hardship, political instability, and societal grievances could be exploited by a charismatic leader with a destructive agenda. The Holocaust serves as a reminder of the consequences of hatred, bigotry, and indifference. Lessons learned. The story of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi regime underscores the importance of vigilance in defending democratic values and human rights. It highlights the dangers of propaganda, scapegoating, and the erosion of civil liberties. Holocaust education and remembrance efforts aim to ensure that future generations understand the consequences of hatred and the importance of standing up against injustice. While Hitler's life and actions are a grim reminder of humanity's capacity for evil, they also inspire a commitment to building a more just and compassionate world. The resilience of survivors, the bravery of those who resisted, and the global efforts to promote peace and understanding offer hope for a better future.